Recently we've been reading The Catcher in the Rye, and we've been having interpretive discussions. We've been looking at textual evidence, and we started talking more about theme and how that relates to the character, and someone literally just went, "Oh!" And it just felt so wonderful that there was something going on there, that there was such an immediate click.
I had a student, she just did not think that she could do math, so math was just a stumbling block. Anytime you'd say the word or it'd be time for math, she'd freeze up. One thing that I found that I read is that what you believe is what you become. And I really believe that. So every day when she would come in, I would say, "Here comes the world's best mathematician." And at first she didn't believe it. She'd make these little silly faces at me. But I kept saying that every day. And I remember 2 years later, her coming back and saying math was one of her favorite subjects. And she's since graduated from college, and she's graduated with an engineering degree.
I was student teaching at Taylor Alderdice in Pittsburgh Public. One of the students that I was working with was a special ed student, and I remember I was in a special education class at the time, and it was very early in that semester, and someone had made a suggestion about ways to forewarn a student ahead of time to say, if I ask you a question, it's going to be question number 3 or number 5 or whatever, and you sort of pre-arrange that with the student. And I thought, wow, I should try that with that kid. I was a new teacher. I didn't remember anything, but I remembered to do that, and I called on him for number 3, and he was prepared, and he answered well. It was one of those moments that he had success, and I felt successful, and I wanted to hug him at that moment, but that would not have been appropriate. But it was a really cool moment. It was really like, wow, that's great. I'm going down the right road.
2 years ago, when I had a very difficult student behaviorally, very difficult student, and this particular part of chemistry he just got. And he aced all of his quizzes, and I mean, it was amazing. One day he told me to sit down because there were other students who didn't understand, and he said, "Sit down, Ms. Ford, I got this." And he stood up and he taught the class. And I could have cried. I got this child to teach my class. This is amazing.
When they get it, when they have that aha moment, when they can move on to something new and add to what they've learned, it's really an exciting time for both the teacher and the student. The program definitely prepared me to be in the classroom. In the fall semester, we took methods classes where we learned hands-on ways of teaching material. And then by the spring semester, when we're working more in the classroom for more hours, you already have those methods in your back pocket to start pulling out and applying.
The school really focuses on the importance of planning before you go in front of your students. The importance of knowing your material, your instruction, your outcomes, your expectations, not only at the end, but through different stages of that process. We're not only learning the pedagogy, but we're also applying it through a whole year's process.
It's really cool the fact that I'm turning in a project Monday night of a lesson plan that I have to institute Tuesday. So my teachers are not only able to prepare a project that they know will be meaningful, but I'm receiving feedback before I'm actually doing the project in school.
The School of Education is helping nurture dealing with challenges, for one, just by putting you in a cohort. So you're with the same people all throughout the program. You build relationships with them. You start to feel comfortable talking about when you haven't had your best moment in the classroom. You get feedback from them. You learn and grow from what you see them doing in their own placements.
It's been really fun to have all these people to talk to who are in the same boat. It's been enlightening because you just learn so much from the experiences of your colleagues, from your peers. And then some of my close friends have come out of this program, and that in itself is really wonderful.
It's a very holistic program. I mean, we're dealing with kind of all aspects of school. There's a part even that deals with kind of personal well-being and the fact that you need to replenish yourself as a teacher. And each project that I've done has really stretched me in terms of what I've been able to do. And there's just been a really nice progression.
I guess the best thing about my job is that every day I get to come in and ask authentic and real questions to young people. They come not with an agenda. but with really an opening questioning and strong opinions about it.
My students give me balance. Being a teacher gives me balance because a lot of times we start to take ourselves too serious. We start to let the world just kind of overrun us. But when I get here, everything else stops. And my students really make me feel like I can sing and dance.
Nicest comment a student has ever made to me. I actually had a couple cards from students just thanking me for the hard work.
I got a couple gifts. I got a lot of candy, which was good.
I got beautiful cards, people telling me, you know, oh, you're my favorite intern, but don't tell anybody else, that kind of thing.
This year, like day 3, student brought me pierogies. And we're talking about summer break and the kids just remember they're laughing. But they remember I love pierogies. And it's just like the littlest things that, that they do. And it just lets you know that they appreciate you.
I look at every child that comes in to my classroom as someone that's given me an opportunity to give to them.
Every now and then a student, you realize you've helped a student in something other than French or other than Russian, and it's made some kind of difference in their lives, and it's humbling and it's really encouraging, and it keeps me feeling like I'm doing the right thing.